season of The Bachelor. If you guys have been here from the beginning, you know why Mother's reviews are late, because it is what? Pilot season. Yes, during pilot season, if you don't know, Mother is a working actress, and I'm just like auditioning all day, screen testing for stuff. Thank you, Jesus. I wasn't doing that a while ago. I'm doing it now. So I leave my schedule open to whatever craziness the entertainment industry has for me to do, specifically during the month of January through February. It's really crazy for me because the auditions are like magnified, and I thank the Lord, which means that during this month and a little bit into February, I just cannot be consistent. I am working on it. Mother may have a new editor soon. And that will really help me out with just the work load that this channel now, desires, because it's growing, all because of you. Thank you so much. So I wanted to let you guys know it's pilot season. So y'all know it's gonna get a little crazy, but Mother is doing her best to stay consistent. Now, having said that, let's get into it. First of all, this show never needs to be 3 hours. Come on, Bachelor. We all know that you are making these shows 3 hours long because it's nothing more than a money grab. You're making the show 3 hours long so that you can get all these advertisers to advertise during the commercial breaks for this show. There was nothing that happened in this episode that made me go, oh, wow, this really needed to be 3 hours. It didn't. To be honest, this show could be an hour. It really, really could. But we know y'all want your money. So I get it. But never is it worth 3 hours. Never, ever, ever. So our new Bachelor is Peter. I think he's doing really good so far. I was never worried about Peter not being a good Bachelor, but I just didn't think that he could give off the sexiness that this now diverse Bachelor Nation audience and viewers require. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Rachel has brought in a certain flavor, and we, a few of us have decided to stay, and we want a Bachelor that we all can salivate to. So I didn't see that, because I don't see Peter as like, not that I don't see him as a sexual being, but I just don't see him as a Bachelor. You want to be like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Tyler, we all wanted to, bang Tyler. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. But with Peter, I'm just like, I want to go to church with him. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, go shopping at Michael's with Peter. I don't want to do anything else that's ungodly. But Tyler, I want to do it all. Anyway, I just didn't think that he could hack it, but he actually is surprising me. He's really, really doing a good job and showing us all why Hannah fell for him. Now I'm just like, why didn't you pick him? We'll get into that later. Also, this episode really dives into him being Cuban, but I was kind of confused because we did not confused, but like shocked, because we didn't get like all of this promotion of him being Cuban. And I'm like, why not? Because we're getting it now. But I'm like, if this is our first Cuban Bachelor, why aren't we like doing it up? Because like the Bachelor takes the smallest thing about, any of their contestants and magnifies it, especially their lead. And I just didn't see any of that. And I'm like, why not? Do we have beef with Cuba? Is that what it is? Because I felt like they opened their borders to us and we cool now. Do we have beef? Like, why didn't they make a big deal like they did with Juan Pablo? Because they made sure to let us all know that he may look white, but he's Mexican. Like, it was really uncomfortable the way they were advertising Juan Pablo back in the day. They should have just, advertised him as a scrub because he turned out to be a dud, okay? So they should have just did that, but I don't know why we got none of, we got like no Cuban promotion, like him like dance. You know how this show is. It's like really over the top to the point it was a bit offensive, when they're dealing with other cultures, but we didn't get any of that. And then you open up and it's like, oh, I'm Cuban. I'm not doing that accent. I don't know what that accent was. Forgive me, Cuban viewers. But it was just like, I love my culture. And I'm like, what happened? Who got the tea? Is there any tea? Or do you guys just think they just didn't want to go that way? Like, if you have any ideas as to why, let a sister know in the comment section below, because I just don't understand why they went so hard with, maybe they got a lot of backlash about Juan Pablo, about the promotion of Juan Pablo. So maybe that's why they didn't do it for Peter. It's so hard to imagine backlash without social media, because I'm just like, how did the people actually write letters and say they were displeased with the coverage of Juan Pablo? Who got to see it? Because I know a lot of y'all have been invested in, all things Bachelor Nation since you were like very little. So let a girl know if you have any tea on that, or like what your theories are. Let me know in the comment section below. So we open up with Pilot Peter charting a plane in the most unsafe way. I'm not no pilot, right? But I was just like, shouldn't the top be closed before you take off? Anyway, I think they just did that to make him look like cool and sexy. It worked. He looked really cool. And then like we get, just B-roll shots of him, in the airport. I hoped you all saw this clip and thought of me, because I'm going to talk about it. So he's going through the airport, and this is a sister. She runs up to him and she's just like, "Oh, I want you to choose me, Peter, choose me." Oh, it was cute, but I was just like, here we go. Why, older black woman, must you be? Choose me, Peter, I'm right here. Like, of course, she told everybody in her family that she was on a Bachelor. Probably don't even watch the Bachelor, but baby, I'm on this show this season, so we watching. Shout out to the sister who's now watching the Bachelor. Subscribe, because I'm the only black girl doing this. All the black girls who used to review the Bachelor, the Bachelorette just stopped. Oh my gosh, after Rachel, they was just like, we good. We'll leave it to Nikki. Thanks, ladies. Thanks. I also feel like we're into another season of women lying about their age, because we had a lot of 23-year-old, 47-year-old ladies, because I was just like, A lot of y'all haven't seen y'all 20s for a very long time, but you know what? It's Hollywood. We all lie about our age. I'm gonna let y'all lie. But there were a lot of 23-year-old ladies, and I kept on looking like, 23 in 1997. You know what? So let's get into the women. Guys, I think Peter has a type, and his type is mixed. Like, he likes some nice little Creole woman. Somebody kind of like him, you know what I mean? Somebody who's like white passing, but, got a black great-grandma. Because I kept on looking at the girls coming in, and I was just like, oh, okay. And after like the third or fourth multiracial girl, I was just like, this is Peter's type. He likes a nice, little ambiguous woman, a nice little, Creole kind of lady. And I'm actually kind of shocked, because I just thought that his type was like, a Hannah, you know what I mean? A very, Christian, blonde hair, blue-eyed, bob cut woman. Why did I go Southern? Stereotypes. Forgive me. Forgive me, white Southern belles who watch me. I just thought that was his type. But now seeing all the girls coming in, because The Bachelor does, like, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette does, like, give production their type, like, what they're into. And they will send their type, and then production will also send, like, the crazies, you know what I mean? The people who want to be on TV, who will give them a show. But a majority of the people are normally the type of person that the Bachelor or Bachelorette want to be with. So Peter had to say, I like some flavor, not too much. Stop it, Nikki. Not too much, just enough. I like a woman who I can take to the airport and she won't get stopped by the TSA. That's what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He like a nice 2B girl. Not 4C. Let me stop. Because there is a sister that I think is going to go a long way. A long way. I don't think she's making it to hometown. Natasha, that's her name. I don't think she's making it to hometowns. But she's doing something to Peter, and he wants to keep her around. To the point where, like, we always know that whenever there's, like, a black person, especially a black person with deep melanin on this show, they keep them because diversity. You know what I mean? They keep them around, but then they cut them either at hometowns or they get the first hometown and they cut them. So I'm thinking that she's going to be that person, right? But when I see them interact, I'm like, I think this is him. I think he really, like, the way he talks out, I feel like there's really something going on there with the both of them. So we'll see. We will see. She's not going to make it to the end, but she's going to be a mess in paradise. And I can't wait to see you there, Natasha. Y'all, we have a new inductee into Bachelor Nation, and it's my mama. Because guys, the only reason why this review is this late is because this show is 3 hours. I did not have the time. I don't know how y'all had the time. I did not have the time to dedicate 3 hours to this show. So I was trying to find time throughout the week, but my mom was on me. She was like, did you watch it yet? Did you watch The Bachelor? It's right here. It's recorded. Are you going to watch it? Are you going to watch it? I was just like, okay, fine. I'll watch it. I'm thinking that she's trying to keep me on track with my channel because she like calls herself my manager / assistant. Girl. So I'm thinking that that's what she's trying to do, like keep me on track. I didn't know that she wanted to watch it. So as soon as I like turned it on, she like got her little snacks and she sat down right next to me and she was watching it. I was just like, oh, why did you just say that you wanted to watch it? Because she was like, I'll watch it with you if you want me to. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, I just did not know that she like really wanted to watch this show. And y'all, she was into it. She was into this show. You know what? I just thought about it because she gives great commentary. Great commentary. She's just always at church when I'm filming. I'm thinking that maybe one of the times when I literally can't film because I'm like working or something, I'll just do a reaction, a reaction video with me and my mom. Let me know if you guys would like something like that because she gives really great commentary and I like tell you guys like what she says, but it'll be even better coming from her. So maybe one of these days, if I have the time or if I don't have the time, I'll just do that instead of a review. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. But I was really shocked. I'm just like, look at me converting older Black women to Bachelor Nation. My work here is done. My work here is done. So speaking of my mom, she was very disappointed. And I think her name is what, Kiara? What is her name? I think it's Kiara's. Kiara's entrance. She was just like, why would you show up your first time meeting this man in luggage? You just showing this man that you don't bring nothing to the relationship but baggage. That's your first time meeting him and this is what you leave him with? I was sitting there like, oh, I just thought it was cute. Like, I thought that because he's a pilot, she was trying to, show him that she could travel with him. I don't know. I think she was just trying to do something in the pilot travel theme, but my mom went so deep. Now Kiara is showing Peter that she brings nothing to the relationship but baggage. I was like, oh, points were made. And here's my hairless pussy cat. Girl, bye. What? There was no effort this season for the entrances. I just felt like, what was her? I done forgot her name. I remember the dude, but I forgot her name. What was the Bachelorette before Hannah? Rachel? No, that's the Black. Rachel is the Black. Who the white girl with the... She married that guy on the potato plantation. No, tomato. Anyway, y'all, it's not Hannah. What is her name? Chow. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all she was going to be forgettable. Where is she at now? Anyway, on her season, Blake had the best entrance for me. I loved that he came in on an ox. It was really smooth. And I just felt like even her season, there was a lot of fun entrances. Did Hannah have any? I don't remember any of her entrances, but I just felt like I wanted something. I was waiting, to be wowed by the entrances, waiting for the dud entrance. That's the funny one that we all love. I was waiting for somebody to come dressed up like Buzz Lightyear. That didn't happen. It was just oh, I'm showing up in a windmill dress because I want to be the 5th time that you have sex in a windmill. Bravo for originality. There was nothing. And I was waiting for something to happen and it just never did. Let's talk about Kelly, who may be a front runner this season because in the preview for the 3rd episode, or the preview for the season, we saw a lot of her and it seems like she's going to make it pretty far with Peter. But guys, she gives me Annalise. She gives me Annalise. She looks like a brunette Annalise. She even talks like her. When she was talking and laughing, I was just like, this is Annalise. I hope, no shade, but I hope you just look like Annalise. I hope that you just look and sound like Annalise, because if you are anything more like Annalise, whoo, Peter gonna be in trouble, but we're gonna have a great season. We're gonna have a great season if you turn on the Annalise cuckoo, because I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel like Peter is such a straight-laced bachelor. We're not going to get a lot from him. I think the women have to be extra cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to really get this season off the ground, because they didn't do very well in the ratings for episode 2. Y'all dropped off. It performed okay, but for the Bachelor and Bachelorette, ABC is expecting a kind of surge in the viewership, and they didn't get it for the second episode. What happened? Y'all okay? Are y'all not interested anymore? Because I'm reviewing this show. Let me know if y'all done, because this show was long. You know what? I like how all the ladies showed up like they were, on their way to the Golden Globes. And Alexa, she showed up in full Erykah Badu with a tube dress. Like, she had a headscarf on, a tube dress, and some espadrilles. I was just like, okay, girl, do you? So it seems like this Hannah girl, right, is going to be a problem. I think that she's a producer plant. I think that she is a young actress trying to make it in the industry. Not hating. I'm just, giving y'all what I think. And I think she's doing what has to be done, and the girls are hating on her for it. Because this episode, we don't get like a lot of Hannah in the beginning, right? So like, it's all of these other girls that we're focusing on. Hannah gets out of the limousine and kisses him. We've had all of these like clips and scenes of other girls. This chick who barely made the B-roll cut in the first 40 minutes of this episode gets the first kiss. I said, mother came to play. Mother came to play, and the girls are hating her for it. Why are you mad at the girl who is doing what has to be done? It's a TV show. It's a competition. As soon as she came out and kissed him, I said she's here to play and she's here to win. But instead of following her lead, what are they doing? They're crying. They're saying that she always wins, that she's not playing fair. They're cussing her out in the confessionals. Then they're going around and talking about her to the other girls. Then they're telling her to her face that she's not playing fair. I'm just like, why aren't you joining her? I've never understood this every season, especially on like The Bachelor with the women. I just don't understand how they get so angry at each other for doing what you are supposed to do when you come to this show. Why are y'all sitting around getting to know each other when y'all trying to marry this dude at the end of the season? It never makes sense to me. And then they get mad at the girl who is hogging up all the Peter time or all the screen time. Now, which one is it? Are y'all mad that she's spending more time with Peter, or are y'all mad that she's getting more screen time? Because that's what y'all came here for. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil, ladies. You came to this show for Instagram followers and probably a commercial agent. That's what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to boss up from this show, but you're not putting in the work. Hannah's putting in the work. She's going to leave this show with over 1 million Instagram followers. She's going to leave here with a commercial agent and a theatrical agent. She's going to leave this show and she's going to do what? Boss up. She might not leave with Peter, but she going to leave with a good coin. That's what you're supposed to do. Why are y'all mad at her? Like, I don't know that chick, the black chick with her hair is pressed and it's like this huge swoop, but she don't have like a strong enough curling iron, so her hair is like half puffy and then kind of straight. Sis, you seem like you got a nice 4C curl. You got to get a curl. What do you call it? A curl iron? A hot press. See, I don't straighten my hair anymore. Listen, Team Natural. But you got to get a hot comb or curling pressing iron that goes up to like 450 to like get them 4C curls. Them 4C curls are tough. They fights back. You press them once, they still here. You press them thrice, they still here. After you cover it with a nice heat protective mousse, you take that curl from the top of your head and you lay it down. You lay it down till you see that smoke, and you don't let up until that thing is straight. You just don't bump it and then leave the house, girl. What are you doing? Now you just got a straight afro. Who wants that? Now we get to the rose ceremony, and Peter cuts a few of the girls. Marissa is cut. She's crying because she thought that she was doing really good with Peter. And I'm like, sis, when you got out the limousine, you high-fived him. Like, you didn't even try to kiss him. You high-fived him. You friend-zoned your damn self before y'all even got off the ground. Who high-fives a dude that they trying to marry? Now we have our first group date. So Peter takes the ladies to flight school. Cute. It's going to be a flight or pilot theme this whole season, so just get used to it, guys. They are going to beat the hell out of us with these pilot references. Everything is going to be airport. Everything is going to be flying. Everything is going to be pilot. Just get used to it. Just get used to it. They're going to get on our nerves. It is what it is. So he takes the ladies to flight school, and then these two instructors walk up, Ricky Lake and Captain Marvel. They walk in like strong as hell, like really like, yeah, ladies, you got to pay attention, and just really doing the most. And I don't think that they're like that rough in flight school. I'm not saying that they don't probably have like tough teachers, but I just felt like these two ladies were doing the most, especially Ricky Lake. She was really like, you know, chest high, you know, oh my goodness, I can't believe they're doing that. It's not right, ladies. I was just like, girl, it's enough. We see what you're doing, Ricky. We see what you're doing. So then there's this like gyro thing that the ladies have to get into. It's like a flight simulator thing, and the ladies have to get into it. And then is this our Annalise? Victoria P, like, who was the girl last season who like had trauma from something that happened to her as a kid? Like, I think she was ran over by a donkey or something and like couldn't look at horses. She had something, but Victoria P is that girl this season. So she like has a whole meltdown because she was on a teacup ride as a kid, and she got really nauseous on the teacup ride and vomited. So she was going back to that moment in her life and just really freaking out and didn't want to get on the gyro because of that. This adult woman was crying about a teacup incident that she had as a kid. How easy is your life? What kind of privilege do you have where that is the only thing in your life that's traumatizing? A teacup ride? Sis, I wish. And you know what? I'm starting to think, is this how crazy, girl? Because that is so bonkers. I was attacked by a pit bull as a kid. Can I look at a pit bull? No, I'm fine with pit bull. But I don't get close. Especially them pit bulls in the hood. If you ever see a pit bull in the hood and it has like a chain leash, run. Run. Black girl with the puffy afro. I don't know her name. Sheehan. Not the puffy, the straight puffy afro. The girl I was talking about earlier. She's getting on my nerves. And I hate when the diversity on the show bothers me. Because I'm rooting for you. We're all rooting for you, and you're just being annoying. She is like, okay, there are girls who are annoyed that some other girls are spending time with Peter. But she's always breaking down. Day one, and you're having a meltdown that girls are spending time with her, or like getting more time with him. Listen, from what I heard, the check ain't that good. This is not something you're going to miss if you get cut from the show. Why are you crying in your confessional and falling out over this dude when you're not doing anything to let him know that you're interested when he's in your presence? That's my issue with her. I can understand if she's like literally spending time with him and other girls are just like coming in as soon as she sits down with him, or when she's talking to him, just coming in. Listen, the cameras ain't on all the time. They're not filming all the time. So are you saying when the cameras are filming, you can't get time with him? Because everybody got to take a break every now and again. It is required on SAG shoots that you have certain amount of breaks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have to provide all of that. You mean to tell me you haven't sat down and ate a burrito with Peter on set? Really, sis? Like, stop. I don't understand. He's not staying that far from you guys. You mean to tell me that you haven't snuck to go say hi to him or anything? Like, you got to do something. You cannot sit there. He's not going to chase you. He is the Bachelor, girl. You ain't the Bachelorette. You got to put in some work. All she does is cry. I'm like, this is the first episode. I'm annoyed. Now we have our first date with Pilot Peter, and the girl who gets the first date with him is Madison. Who? Who the hell is this? I thought he was taking like one of the producers on a date. I'm like, who is this girl? I don't remember seeing her the entire episode, and then all of a sudden, Madison. I'm like, who the hell is this? Are you a fan? Like, you are somebody who they showed us earlier, and I don't remember. Like, I do not remember this girl, and I'm just like, I thought Peter would take the girl that he said he felt a spark with to his parents' vow renewal. And since we're here, let me tell you something. Peter's mom is giving me Kris Jenner. This lady is ready for the her and her husband. This whole family is ready for TV. They are ready to be the next Kardashians. Like, they are always available for filming, especially the mom. She is always giving us something. I'm like, oh, you working for this girl. You want this mama. I see you. Ain't no shame. I'm not hating. I honestly think that she would be a good fit for the Real Housewives of Orange County. She seems messy. Pilot Peter's mama seems messy. She will give a show. She will throw a drink. She will pull a weave ponytail. She will cuss somebody out at a funeral or a wedding. She gives me that. She will do what needs to be done to get a show popping. Bravo. Call Pilot Peter's mama. She gonna give you a show. Did y'all see the clip where Peter's mama fed Madison the vow renewal wedding cake? I was just like, oh, mama. Oh, you gonna give us she wanted this moment. I dare I say, I think she probably put her son up to auditioning for this show. Mama wants this more than her son. And cue the YouTube country singer. Who is this girl? Don't kill me, Bachelor Nation. I'm black. Country ain't ours no more. It's yours. So I don't know who this girl is. She was singing her face off though. But I don't know who this girl is. And I'm just like, what is it? Is it like tradition with this show? Is it like a theme that there's always like a country singer opening up like a date or something, like a country singer rebuild for these dates? Like, why is it always country? I mean, would it kill y'all to have JoJo for one of these episodes? I would love to just see one of the people go on a date and JoJo, just comes out and be like, can somebody explain to me why everybody is trying to be living like a celebrity, doing what they see on MTV? Something. Give me JoJo. Give me Natasha Bedingfield if she's still with us. Damn, just give me Jessie J. Somebody. They can still be white, but I want somebody who can sing. Give me somebody who is singing. Who's another one? Halsey. Does she fit? I don't think Halsey fits. Who could be a singer that is just like, I was going to say Billie Eilish. Wouldn't that be something? You're going to date. And Billie comes out, you're a bad guy, like it really rough, guy, like it. That show would be, you know what? I need to produce this show. I will give you a season. It'll be messy though. It'll be a messy season, but I will give you a season. Next group date. I don't give a damn. Let's talk about Hannah. This was inappropriate. You had your season. First of all, let me just say this. I think Hannah returning is beneath her. I think it's very beneath her. I even think that Peter asking her to stay is very beneath her. Sis, you were the Bachelorette. You also won Dancing with the Stars. You're getting a certain amount of money at this point. You on a different level. Why are you available to come on this show and talk about how much you miss Peter and remind him of the sex y'all had in a windmill? This is beneath you. It don't look good on you. I didn't like it. I knew it was for controversy and everything. I just felt for the girls because, let me tell you something. It wouldn't have been me, TV cameras around or not. What you won't do is show up on a date with me and my dude that I'm trying to see, that I'm trying to get somewhere with, trying to make a relationship with. You show up in this Forever 21 bodycon dress, double cheeked up next to a windmill to remind him of the sex y'all had, the 4 times that y'all had sex in a windmill. We fighting. I'm sorry. We fight. Like, who are you? That I just felt like it was so disrespectful. I thought it was so disrespectful. I thought it was rude. I felt for the girls because whether they had a scam or not, still respect them. They came here for this dude who said that he was free and available and ready. It is not fair for them to sit, in holding while he goes and like rubs up on Hannah and they're sitting there crying about if they made the wrong decision or not, and they still got strong feelings for each other. In what world will this be allowed? This is why I keep on saying, y'all need to get some East Coast girls. Let me tell you something. You get had an Italian chick from Philadelphia, a Irish chick from Boston, and a black girl from Brooklyn. Have them on that show and pull these stunts. Oh, you gonna get a season. You gonna get a season. But you know, these cookie cutter girls from Utah are just sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is unfair. This isn't right. The only one who was giving off the energy that I would give is Natasha. Natasha was like, oh, hell no. I was like, yes, because this is the only logical response to this. That wasn't cute. That wasn't cool. I was not here for it. Hannah, you did not need to lower yourself for this, honey. You were doing so much better than this moment, and I wanted more for you. I really, really did. You better not come back, because they keep on showing in the previews Peter is talking like he's talking about somebody from his past. And I'm like, Hannah, if you return to this house, sis, it just won't look good on you, because it's just like, this is beneath. Like, why are you coming back? You made your decision. It didn't work out. Okay, let this dude have his moment. You're making it about you. You're taking all the attention away from these girls who came here for this to get the same opportunities that you went to Colton season 4. Come on, y'all wasn't into Colton. The only person who was into Colton was me. That's because he's 6'5". And I told y'all I'm a hype hoe. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Like, sis, you're at the point where you need to be trying to sell a show to ABC or MTV. VH1, that's a little too ratchet for you. You couldn't do no VH1 show. VH1 wants you to fight. I know. So you're at the point where you should be trying to sell shows, really build your brand, not coming back here being messy. Sis, this is beneath you. Do better and get different management, because for them to advise you to do this, wait a minute, I just thought about it. If you came back after you won Dancing with the Stars, you probably got a nice check. Now that's a totally different story. If you got some good coins for this appearance, bravo, sis. Bravo. Let's get into episode 2. Stay tuned.